yesterday afternoon. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon when Hal Donaldson showed up at the McDonald's where he worked and gave a bag to a coworker. The coworker opened the bag when Mr. Donaldson left and found the gun inside. Didn't think much of it, just thought it was strange that there was a gun in there, and gave the bag to a police officer who was in the McDonald's. That was the bit of information that we were looking for. That is what we needed. The police officer called our operations center, and we took up the investigation immediately from there. And so you wonder what the gun, yesterday when I talked, I said I was guarded and but yet optimistic. And you're probably wondering why. Because the gun is what we needed. The same gun was used in all 4 murders. That was the bit of information that we would not release. If you recall, we gave a lot of information up front, but we did not release that. That firearm was used in all 4 murders. As our investigation continued into the early hours of this morning, we were then able to gather the probable cause and charge Hal Donaldson with 4 counts of first-degree murder. Every day at the police department we would meet and we would discuss how many days it's been since this started, how many days it's been since the last murder. And finally this morning we were able to say that it was day 1 of the healing process. And so that is a good feeling for us. It's a happy day, but I can also tell you it's the beginning of a lot of work. We still have a tremendous amount of work to do to go ahead and get a conviction in this case, because that's when truly justice will be served, is when we get a conviction, and we have a tremendous amount of work to do, and we will get it done.
For 51 days, we had a neighborhood that was held hostage. We had neighbors that were living in fear. We had families that were devastated. We had a community that was on edge. This is a city that had just lived through Irma and has now spent the last 51 days dealing with a serial killer. It has been a challenging time for us. But I will tell you in no uncertain terms that I could not be prouder of this city and could not be prouder specifically of the neighborhood that we stand in today in Southeast Seminole Heights. The neighbors that you see, some of whom are here behind us, stood with us throughout this entire process. They took care of the cops, they looked after each other, they took care of the families, they took care of the victims' families, and they reminded all of us of what is good about Tampa, Florida. The law enforcement personnel that have been involved in this from day 1, Chief Dugan has talked about them. I can't not speak highly enough. It didn't matter what color your uniform was. All that mattered is that we were going to catch a killer. They were out there day in and day out. Some of them unseen, most of them unheralded. But I can tell you, because I was there every day, that the men and women of law enforcement did their jobs, and this community should be very, very proud of them. Today, the light shines. The darkness is over. This community begins the healing process.